Hello everyone, welcome to Jenga Tech. Today we are having a conversation on data analysis, why beginners struggle and what actually works in the real world. With me is
John Walter, senior data analyst.
and
Mr. Joshua, I'm a lead data analyst.
so let's get straight into it. I'll start with you, Mr. Joshua. How would you explain data analysis to someone that doesn't have a tech background?
Okay, thank you. Data analysis in simple terms is just the breaking down of data to find insights, and that insight we use it to make decision. So, in a
Okay.
very, very simple way, that is basically what data analysis is.
Okay, over to you, Mr. Water.
Simply, I would say data analysis actually means looking at information to understand what's happening to make the right decision. In other words, I would say data analysis is turning raw data into useful concern, into useful decision, making the right decision.
Okay, the next question I have for you guys is many beginners start with Excel. So my question is Excel enough to become job ready?
Okay, I'll say, just like what you said now, you said they start with it. So, Excel is basically just starting with it. There are a lot of things you can do with Excel. But you clean data in Excel, you can even do the basic dashboard building and all those things. But there are other sophisticated tools like Power BI. Excel can create dashboard, but Power BI can do it better in a more professional way. You understand? So yes, Excel is very important, but at the same time, you can't learn Excel enough and say you're a complete data analysis.
Okay.
That it doesn't capture all the scope of data analysis.
Yeah, in addition to what he has said, we still know that Excel is the most used tool when it comes to data analysis around the world. If you want to, you can go into it. You can go to go check, make some research about it. Excel is first the tool that comes before every other because Excel help in basic analysis. It helps in data cleaning. It helps in pivot table and lots more. Just like he mentioned, there are others more sophisticated, like he has mentioned. But I still will stand that Excel is the one that comes first when it comes to data analysis tools. Yes.
So John Water, the next question on my list is how important are projects compared to certificates when it comes to getting job opportunities?
Um, Thank you for that question. I would say, projects are hand-on evidence. They showcase or they tell what you have done, what you're capable of doing. Project actually shows, gives a rundown of the different exercises in that particular course. In this case, data analysis, what you have done, and it gives you a step ahead of other persons that are competing with you for a job because you have shown what you're capable of doing. It's not just about the theory, it's not just about what you say, right? You have evidence, you have something you have done, you showcase it. Just like we know people showcase their work in LinkedIn and other platforms,
Yeah.
other job seeking platforms. I would relate it, I will compare it now to certificate. Certificate is not so important, right, when it comes to the when it comes to tech, because tech is practical. Tech is evidence. Tech is something you can show. Tech is something you do, something you work, and you prove by what you have done.
Yeah.
Why certificate? This the certificate is just maybe after you must have finished a course in Udemy, Google, and what have you, right? You get a certificate. It does not completely tell that, hey, I know this thing, until you must have done a work, you must have done a job, right? That hey,
Yes, yes.
and that is where project comes in.
Comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, that's a very nice answer.
So I don't have anything to say.
You don't have anything
You
to
said
say.
everything.
Okay, Mr. Joshua,
Right.
the next question is for you. Do you really need a strong math or tech background to succeed in data analysis?
No, you don't. Actually, you just need data analysis is one of the tech career that You don't need to be a math guru before you go, into it. So what you just need is a basic mathematics, like the sum. Everybody can add two and two together now, I believe so. Everybody can find the mean. So you just need basic mathematics and basic statistics. If you know that, you are good to go.
That's nice.
That's exactly it. Just basic maths, basic statistics, and you're good. Fine.
The next question is, what daily habit separates a good data analyst from an average one?
Okay. I would say one of the most important habits that separates a good data analyst from the others is consistency, practice,
Okay.
right? You have been taught, you have been shown this is what to do. You have done whatever you have done in class, and
Okay.
when you get home, you should go over it again. You should check other things, make your own researches. Do not rely solely on what you've been taught. You should try other things, make
Yeah,
other
right.
researches, and see what you can do for yourself. I think with that, you can actually find yourself doing much more better or get to a level that an ordinary data analyst student would not get.
Yes.
So I think that
Yes.
is one basic thing that would stand you out.
Okay, Mr. Joshua, do you have anything to?
No.
The next question on my list is, at what point can a student confidently say, I'm ready for a real world job or real world work?
Okay. Thank you for that question. I think when you know within yourself, like if you are given the data and I raw data now, you can clean it, you can do EDA on it. That's exploratory data analysis. You can do the deeper analysis. If you know you can do all those things, like you can answer questions, just like what I said earlier. The questions that you have been asked concerning the data, you can confidently answer it. And you can say you are job ready for that. And then if I should put a time frame for that, it should be within 3 to 6 months, somewhere around there. Reason is because you have to learn all these tools. You have to learn Excel, you have to learn MySQL, you have to learn the Power BI. We have the statistic part of data analytics too. So you have to learn around before you can say you are proficient in all these skills. I think it takes a lot of time. You understand? So, and then the project, just like what Mr. John Water said earlier, you have to have work on various projects on your own. So you get before you can say I am very good to go. So that should take within 3 to 6 months.
Okay, John Water, did you agree to what he
Yes, of course, absolutely, absolutely. You can't go out there and say you're ready when you have not mastered these tools, right? You must have mastered Excel, which comes first. You must have known how to clean your data. You must have known how to validate it. You must have known how to check for duplicates and others. We know these things, right? You in yourself, you should be convinced that, hey, I am ready for this thing before you even go out there to say I want a job. So you must be good with all of these tools. Probably not so perfectly, but to an extent, you know that if you're given a job to carry out, you can deliver. So yeah, I think you should be ready when you know how to handle these things.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Mr. Joshua, the next question I have for you is, what kind of data set should beginners practice with to grow faster?
Okay, so I'll say because data analysis is in levels, right? So practice data sets that tallies to your level. Let's say, for example, now you start with data cleaning and there's data cleaning and validation and standardization, all those things. Now, practice data sets that are messy, that will challenge what you just learned that particular level, so that you'll be confident in yourself and said, okay, when it comes to messy data, I can do this. So when you get to the EDA level, so you can look for more cleaner data around that you can work on to answer. Just as you are going, just practice data set that goes along with your level. I think that's
So the next question on my list, I'm not throwing it at anyone. People often say data analysis is oversaturated. From your experiences, is that true?
Okay, let me go first. No, it's not entirely true. One can come up and say, okay, there is some level of truth in it, and on the other hand, I would stand that no, it's not entirely, because you have businesses, and in fact, people want to grow their business to a very greater level or extent where you don't just manually write people's details in your cover book. You need to move as much as your business is extending and growing. You need a more technological way of taking this data from your customers, impute these data, how to reach out to them easily. I think when you have a database built by a data analyst, it makes it easy. I'll use an example. There's one of there's a company that we created a database for.
Okay.
This company actually sells bag, and they have different brands of bag that comes from abroad, and it has grown to a level that you can't just be writing those details, those customers' details, because it's very impossible to reach out to them by writing those. So we created a database for them. Now, when they come, it's just very easy. You just scan the item,
Yeah.
and it just immediately records, and we see everything coming up because there is a database that has been created for this company. So I feel like it's not oversaturated, because as the day goes by, more businesses, even bigger businesses, will come up. So the more data analysis, the better, because the more business you need more data analysts to create databases for them and
Yeah.
make their business get to a level where they want it to get to.
I think I like
Okay.
his answer is
Yeah, I think it's
great.
outside. Yeah.
So
Very
do you have
perfect.
anything?
I don't have it.
Mr. Joshua and Mr. John Walton. The final question on my list is, what one advice would you give to anyone watching this video who wants to succeed in data analysis?
All right. So for me, the advice is practice. Practice. So I'm not assuming if you're already a beginner data analyst, practice. Just practice more. There's this rule, they call it 10,000 hours rule. So it means that there's no matter a particular skill, if you invest the 10,000 hours into practicing that skill, you'll be a master. So for data analysis, it's the same thing. Just put in the hours, put in the work, and you're going to be a pro in no time.
So, Mr. John Walton, what do you have to say?
Yes, just like we mentioned before, I think that was the question that came before this one, about oversaturation.
Yeah.
Okay, data analysis has been oversaturated. So I'll use that as a standpoint to answer this question. So my advice out there is data analysis is not oversaturated, right? Um, you can come in and learn data analysis because you always have opportunity out there for you, waiting for you. Businesses are growing bigger, and you have a lot of work to do. So, come in first. The first thing is for you to make up your mind that it is not oversaturated. You are needed. The second thing is, as here said, consistency, practice, knowing, making time, making out time for practicing your work after class, not just learning in class, making out time, consistently rehearsing, consistently practicing, and I bet you are the sky is your starting point, not your limit. It's your starting point. So yeah, that's my advice. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing these insights.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you're watching this video and you are interested in growing your tech skills, stay connected with Jenga Tech for conversations like this. Thank you.